This is Kevin Costner, and this is Kevin Costner as John Dutton on Yellowstone, but it almost never happened.
Nope. John Dutton could have been played by someone else, and in a moment, we'll share exactly who was offered the role before Kevin. It's stunning. But the reason Kevin came close to saying nope, or at the very least bowing out after season 1, had to do with timing.
Tap thumbs up, and if you love Yellowstone or really cool, informative list videos about country music, hit the subscribe button.
And if you're a subscriber, thanks for returning.
Costner has always sort of worked on a year-to-year basis on Yellowstone, meaning John Dutton could have died at any time. Originally, though, Kevin told E.T. that Yellowstone was pitched to him as one 10-hour-long movie. Quote, somewhere along the line, they wanted to turn it into a series, and you kind of have to look at things again. He did, and he decided to stay. That's not true for this next actor, however.
Sam Elliott flat out said no to Yellowstone. He then trashed the show. The news was first shared on the official Yellowstone podcast. He simply said he passed, but those conversations led to him agreeing to work with Taylor Sheridan on 1883. There, he played Shea Brennan, the leader of the wagon train of immigrants to Oregon. Sidebar, he's tremendous on that show, so I assume he would have crushed a role on Yellowstone.
We'll never know. Talking to Mark Maron in February 22, Sam said he was not a fan of the show. He said it was too much like effing Dallas for him, referring to the primetime soap opera that was popular in the 1980s. I mean, he's not wrong.
How do you think a character played by Sam would have gotten along with Rip, played by Cole Hauser?
That's funny. Did you know that Cole was originally pushed to audition for a very different role?
Really? Who?
One of John Dutton's sons. But when he read the role of Rip Wheeler, he knew he was going to be the tough guy.
And we are grateful for it. Lainey Wilson is a country singer who appeared on Yellowstone, but her role came after another country singer passed. Now, of course, there is country talent like Ryan Bingham on the show, and artists like Zach Bryan and Chris Stapleton have had songs featured. But Wilson was the first Nashville artist to appear when she played Abby in season 5. The artist who passed, that was Cody Johnson, singer of this song.
You got a chance, take it while you got a chance.
Cody told Rob and Holly and CMT that he just didn't have room in his calendar. Quote, I was like, dude, if you just give me a year, let me know a year ahead, I could carve it out. Taylor doesn't roll like that, however, so Cody remains sidelined. Unlike Lainey, he'd legitimately be able to ride bulls and horses. That's what he did before settling on a career in country music.
This next one is stunning. So far, we've been focusing on actors and actresses who have passed on Yellowstone, but the entire network turned Taylor Sheridan down before Paramount picked him up. According to Sheridan, HBO passed because they felt it was too middle America. Per The Hollywood Reporter, co-creator John Linson pressed HBO on it, and the VP said, we're HBO, we're avant-garde, I don't think anyone should be living out there in rural Montana. It should be a park or something. Y'all, that kind of ideology costs them a fortune, but I'm kind of grateful as I don't pay for HBO, so it would have had to be another stream.
It's worth mentioning here that Addison and I do a really popular Yellowstone in 1923 podcast called Dutton Rules that you can find anywhere you podcast, and of course there's links in the description.
Can I tell you about someone famous who wanted to be part of this show but couldn't?
Hit me.
Harvey Weinstein, who sits in jail somewhere for sexual harassment and misconduct. He was originally an executive producer on this show, but when the allegations started coming, they got his name off the project very quickly.
I'll share someone else, Robert Redford.
This is a bizarre story.
It actually goes back to HBO, who, when they were negotiating with Sheridan, said they wanted Robert Redford. If they got Robert Redford, a star of great movies like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, The Way We Were, A River Runs Through It, and Quiz Show, they'd greenlight the pilot. So Taylor drove out to Sundance Film Festival, spent a day with Robert Redford, convinced him to be John Dutton on Yellowstone, reported back to HBO, who were stunned. Taylor says that they told him, no, we said we wanted a Robert Redford type. Apparently the actual Robert Redford didn't work. The deal fell apart, but it worked out for Costner, at least until season 5 when he decided he didn't want to play it anymore.
What a meanie.
Tell me about it.
I'm Addison Aker for Taste of Country. Don't forget to subscribe if you love news like this. And as always, thanks for watching.